So like I said, we're recording the class today, like always. So so how many are we now? We're 7 now. That's good. So okay, good. Let me check again. This is yes. Okay, so let's get started. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is EL112 and this is Dr. Sam Jalil. Sam Jalil. You know, Egyptians don't have this jah sound, but that's why I find it kind of challenging to pronounce it with that jah sound. Anyway, this is obviously besides the point. Today is a makeup class for the class that we couldn't complete on Tuesday. Remember, there was a technical glitch on Tuesday and we couldn't make it to the end of the class. This is a makeup for this class. So what is it that we're doing today? What do we have on the agenda? We have interesting stuff. We started the writing section yesterday, and we're kind of finishing off the writing section and the entire theme, inshallah. But before I get started, I would like to ask you if you have any questions, if you by any chance have gone over your notes and you found something challenging, something that you need me to help you with, and it has to be content based. Don't ask me yet about exams and stuff like that. We're focused on the material, okay? And like we always do, towards the end of the class, we can always ask you know, exam relevant questions, okay? So what is it you guys have in mind? If you have any questions that you would like me to answer, like I said, content relevant, related to the themes and the ideas that we're presenting in the themes. Okay. No one has questions, obviously. Okay, let me check who has. Khalil is, which page is the writing part? We're moving to the writing part. I'll tell you in due time, yeah, Khalil. Just don't jump the gun yet, like they say. I mean, just wait. Dima seems to be typing something. I'll wait until she comes forward with whatever question she may have, and then we proceed to the rest of the theme. Okay, and okay, Dima, let's go. Bismillah. Done all of that already. There is no way we can go back over it because it would prove very boring, right? Anyway, this is where we obviously stopped. Last time we spoke about the girl who said no. Remember, she said no to what and to whom? Remember? Yeah, to the groom. She declined an offer of marriage, right? And this offer of marriage was supported by her family. And we spoke about her family. And how did we describe her family? How did we describe that part of the world where girls who are 10 or 12 get married. How did you describe that part of the world? Yeah, we describe them as being illiterate, yes. Illiterate would be the opposite of being literate. Literate means that you can read and write, while illiterate means that you cannot read or write, right? Yes, she is also underage. Underage means that she is under the authorized age to do something. So if you're 15 or less than 15, you're underage when it comes to driving a car. So you are under the authorized age of driving cars, for example. This applies to marriage, and it applies to a lot of the social activities that people may engage in, right? Okay, good. So obviously this was a daring act of hers. This young lady, Raha Caldini is 13 years old, and she said no to her parents, to the customs of her her family customs and her I mean part of the world customs that says that I mean girls her age can get married. She said no. And she was, I wouldn't say that she was inspired by, I mean, because obviously you get inspiration for positive stuff. I mean, she was influenced in her, what helped her to take this decision, this daring decision was what? She had an experience. It doesn't have to, when I say she had an experience, that doesn't mean she has gone through the experience herself, right? It's her sister, like Dima is saying. So what happened to her sister, if you still remember? Yeah. Her sister got married at an early age, right? Her sister was like 12, right? And she got married at the, like Ahmed is saying, she got married at the age of 12. And as a result, she lost 4 babies already, right? Okay. What else does Racha want today? Obviously, it's her sister's bad experiences, and also what? What else? Education. She wants to continue her education. She wants to be educated and perhaps go to college, right? Yes, interesting. Yes. Okay, good. So in this case, she is very inspirational. She gives inspiration to girls her age, right? Okay. Spoke about that, and I remember asking you to work it out on your own. Did you do that? Did you have a chance to go over that and perhaps match the two columns together? Did you do that? I'm asking you. You did or you didn't? Perhaps that was too soon because it was only yesterday. I don't know about you. Perhaps you were busy doing other stuff. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. 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 Ola did some of it. Okay. And Dima did most of it. That's interesting. Okay. And this is the writing part, cultural change. So it's cultural change. This part has this title or this subheading, culture change. We spoke about the definition of culture and how to define culture. Spoke about the different aspects of culture, right? If you still remember. Spoke about values and beliefs and economy and education and technology and all of that, right? Remember? We made this distinction between the word rural, which is an adjective, rural, and ruler, which is a noun. So rural is an adjective and it means related to the countryside. Okay, while ruler means you know, a king or a president, somebody who rules, right? A queen, right? I also asked you about the if you can give me a synonym for the word restrict, if you restrict access to something. So what is another word for restrict? Ah, yeah, absolutely. So you restrict or limit. Okay, that's interesting. We spoke about impact, and I wanted last time I wanted a synonym for the word impact. So what would be a synonym for the word impact? Impact, effect, absolutely. Yeah, effect. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay. So this is where we're starting. Technology and culture change, and you have Africa. So real-time writing, and we're starting with reviewing or previewing vocabulary. So obviously previewing is different from reviewing, right? Um, so pre is what we call pre. Yeah, pre means before, and obviously it's a prefix, right? Something that you attach to the beginning of a word in order to either change the meaning or change the part of speech, right? So previewing vocabulary, it means that you introduce or you talk about vocabulary before you actually introduce it, right? So study each sentence, then complete the noun phrase with a similar meaning. So people own mobile phones, and you change it to mobile phone ownership. People use mobile phones. You have mobile. Can we do that? Okay. So this is what we call noun relationship, where the first noun. So when you normally have two nouns, where the first noun acts or behaves like an adjective. Okay, so we have an example. So people own mobile phones. It means we're talking about mobile phone ownership. Mobile phone is a noun and ownership is another. This is what we call a noun relationship where the first noun acts like an adjective. So people, can we do that? People use mobile phone, and then you use a noun. People can access the internet, so you say internet. Okay, can we do that? Yeah, I'll give you a minute, perhaps two, because we have like 8 items. Think about them and see how we can. When you have finished, we can always talk about them. Yeah, I'll give you 2 minutes. This is 156, everyone. 156, and this is exercise A, top of the page, of course. Yalla, go ahead. Okay, so let me know when you finish. Okay, are we all done? Okay, so obviously it's a different way of saying something, right? Sometimes you have full sentences and you turn them into phrases from a sentence. A sentence, at the core of every sentence, you have to have a verb, right? Sometimes you turn the sentence into a phrase, and a phrase is um, a cluster or a group of words, and a minimum of two, obviously, because it's a phrase, right? That doesn't have a verb, that doesn't have a subject or a verb, because it's not a sentence, right? Okay, so people use mobile phones. So how can we change that? How can we rephrase that? It's about rephrasing and rewording. Rewording means that you write a sentence or a phrase in a different way. So mobile phone users. So we're talking about people who use mobile phones. Those are called mobile phone users. Can we say users? Uh, or usage, like Ahmed is saying. You can also say, you can simply say mobile use. So you have different variations. So people can access the internet. So we can change that into what? People can access the internet. You can simply say, what? Internet access. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Internet access. Yes. So yes, usage has grown. So usage has grown. How can we change that into the space of usage? The growth, excellent, the growth of usage. Okay. Or the rise. Yeah, that's good too. Can we say the increase of not? I don't feel it. Okay. So five phones affect social organization. So phones affect social organization. So the effect of phones on social organization. Excellent. UN officials monitor elections. So UN officials monitor elections. How can we change that or rephrase it? Mhm. Election monitoring, UN election monitoring. You can simply say UN election monitoring. You can say the mm, the official monitoring of elections, right, by UN officials. You can say the monitoring of elections by UN officials. Seven, the technology was introduced. So how can we rephrase or reword that? So the technology was introduced. So it's going to be what? Yeah, absolutely. Like Dima is saying, the introduction of technology. The introduction of technology, absolutely. And then the internet has arrived. The introduction is more the introduction of technology. The internet has arrived. So we're talking about internet arrival, like Ahmed is saying. Internet arrival. Okay, that's interesting. So let's move to B. What do we have in B? No, we don't say the arriving. You shouldn't be, if you have a noun, if you have a dictionary noun for a verb, you wouldn't create a verb by using ing or the ed. You first of all, Yadima, you check whether there is a noun for the word, and if there is a noun, you use it. If you don't find a noun, you create one. Creating one by either using ing or ed, based on whether you're talking about people or things, right? Okay, right. Let's move all the way to B, gathering information, and we have an assignment. If you still remember how to handle assignments, this is Faculty of Sociology. Okay, sociology. Do we have sociology in at AOU? Do we have sociology? Do we have a sociology department or college? No. Okay, fine. So this is an assignment. Give me a synonym for assignment. Yeah, homework. Okay, or activity, task, TMA, right? Okay. TMAs are now the trend, right? And now we have what they call THE. Are you familiar with this new acronym that they it's a very interesting acronym. THE. Yeah, take home exam, absolutely. Okay, die. Good. Okay, so typical of assignments, an assignment is divided into two sections, like we always say, right? You have the first part. So what do we call the first part of an assignment? What do we call it? We have three names for it, three labels, right? No, we don't call it. We don't call it an introduction. We call it a prompt. It's a prompt, or yeah, scenario. Yeah, we call it a prompt or scenario, or the background of the assignment. It can also be called a background. So this is meant to do what? It furnishes the background for us. Okay, so through the prompt or the scenario or the background, you get information, you get an idea about what you're in for. Okay, and then when you finish the first part, what is the second part about usually in a given assignment? So the second part is all about what? Remember? Guidelines, a set of instructions as how you can handle the assignment, right? What kind of sentence do we use? I'll give you choices. So is it going to be statements or affirmative sentences, negative sentences, questions, or imperatives? So what kind of sentences do we normally have in the second part? No, we don't have questions. We have imperatives. Imperatives means, a set of commands. Do this, talk, present, discuss, refer, right? But these are all in the imperative, and the imperative is command sentences. Okay? Okay. Can we apply that? Yes. Let's go to the assignment. I would like you to read the prompt, read the scenario, which is another word for prompt, read the background, which is another word for prompt and scenario. Okay, where does the prompt start and where does it end? I'm asking you. Where does it start and where does it end? Yeah, it starts with the word many and it ends with the word recently. Absolutely. Good. Okay. So I would like you to read the prompt now and tell me what you have understood. Read the prompt. The prompt, like Dimas said, starts with many and ends with recently. Read it and tell me what you have understood. Okay? Yeah, I can understand and and appreciate the fact that you're taking your time, but it's very small, right? Um, okay, so we read the prompt. The prompt, like I said, provides the necessary background you need it, right? So remember when we spoke about prompts and scenarios, we spoke about key concepts, right? Key words and phrases. So what are the key concepts that we have in the prompt, in the background, in the scenario? So what are the key concepts? Yeah, the fact that we have theorists, those who posits or come up with theories, right? Drive or driving force, technology. The word technology is full of ideas already, right? Yeah, that's interesting. And cultural change, right? Cultural change. Okay. Technological advances. So, and then you start to put these concepts together and come up with an idea, right? Okay. So now that you have read, now that you have understood the prompt, you go to the second part, which is obviously about the set of instructions and guidelines. Okay, and like we said, the second part is normally imperative, and imperative means command sentences. Okay, give me examples of that. Give me examples of imperative sentences. Do this and don't do that. When he says what? No, I'm not. I'm talking about the assignment. So the first one would be discuss, right? What else? Okay, obviously this is the only command, but you have other commands, but in disguise. In disguise means that they take another form or shape. So, and you keep asking yourself, okay, like we always do, discuss what? So what is it that you're going to discuss? Hi, Jihan. Discuss what? The impact of, and you keep asking yourself, discuss the impact of what? Right? Discuss the impact of what? Of excellent, one particular change. When? When? Change when? Yeah, in the last 10 years. You see how I'm questioning myself? This is how you should handle, I mean, TMAs and assignments. Okay? Okay. With reference to some aspects of culture in one area of the world. When he says discuss, what do you understand from discuss? That you're going to write or speak? I mean, he could have said, Ahmed, he could have said, give a talk, prepare to give a talk, right? But he didn't say. So when you don't have it spelled out in a straightforward manner, ya Jihan, you have the word discuss. But normally discuss means that you're going to write something. Okay? Otherwise, he could have said, prepare to talk, give a presentation, right? Okay, nice. Regardless of whether it's argumentative or otherwise, I'm talking about the idea now. طيب. Okay, so now that we have read the assignment, now that we have unpacked the assignment, this is called unpacking the assignment. Are you familiar with what do they call it when you buy something new and you go to YouTube or you go to the internet and you start? Do they call it inboxing? They call it unboxing, right? Yes, I'm not into that, but yeah, my kids do it. So it's unboxing. So you have an argument. I'm sorry, you have an assignment, and what you did was unboxing. What do you do with unboxing? You do what with unboxing? Yeah, excellent. Like Ahmed is saying, you break down the task into its basic components. Okay, you take all the stuff out. So taking all the stuff out, and perhaps you classify it and put things together. So the idea would be that you, in an assignment, when you unbox something, when you unpack something, you try to make sure that you understand all its parts. Yeah, like Ibtihal is saying, recognizing the task. Yeah, getting to know more about the task. Okay? So there is obviously more to an assignment than just reading it and that would be it. No. You need to break the task down to its basic components, right? And this is actually what you do with the background, what you do with the scenario, and what you do with the set of instructions. Are you getting the idea? Hello. Okay, good, good, good. طيب. So what is it that we're going to do now? He wants us to go study the student note opposite. So obviously these are notes that a student has taken, right? Um, study the student notes opposite and then answer the questions based on the notes. Okay, let's go all the way to 157, and I would like you to study or to check the notes given by the student. Okay, and then when you have finished, we can always talk about whatever is in the notes. Yalla, go ahead. Give you a minute. Jihan is new to us, right? Jihan, this is your first class with us? Obviously, I haven't seen your name written or mentioned before. Okay. Welcome to the class, Jihan. So where are you from? Are you from Jeddah or Riyadh, Medina? Jeddah. Interesting. And Ibtihal is also, are you the Ibtihal of yesterday and the day before Ibtihal? Are you our Ibtihal, but you're adding a family name today? Ibtihal? Okay. Nice. Ibtihal, are you from Jeddah or Riyadh? Dammam. Nice. Very good. So, okay, good. Okay. It's good that we have people from all around the university, people coming from different places, so that you can get to know each other and to can perhaps make friends with each other for perhaps after the course. You can share knowledge and experiences and all these kinds of things. And this is what is interesting about those VC classes. They connect people together. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm a bit talkative today. So let's go to back to the notes. What did you make of the notes now that you have read them? Okay, so what seems to be the theme of the notes? Theme means the main idea. You can almost tell from the notes what the idea is, right? And a bit extra, right? Any, we're talking about the notes, everyone. So what did you understand from the notes? So it's Ahmad is saying it's the effect of technology on cultural aspects. This is the main idea, right? Yes. So technological change, intro of the mobile phone to introducing or the introduction of the mobile phone to parts of rural Africa, and then cultural change, and then the five aspects. And then he divides, he makes some kind of, it's not a table, but some kind of division where on the one hand you have the aspect, and then you write the points whether that supports the idea or that doesn't. So the aspects are beliefs, values, social organizations, and government and economy, obviously. and then he has points whether we have evidence of what is being said or no. If there is no evidence, as you can see, he doesn't have much to write or talk about. But if there is, he gives you examples, right? And he talks more about it. And then we end up with the conclusion. Okay, the conclusion is normally a wrap-up of what you have done in the body paragraphs, right? Okay. So what do you think of the organization of the notes? Do you think that the notes were organized enough? Why not, yeah, Dima? Dima doesn't think that the notes were clear enough, which is yeah, perhaps she wants to elaborate on that. Ahmed does not agree with her. Yeah, this is what we're saying. You're saying that it is organized, and we say that it is. So we're allowing you the chance to elaborate and tell us why you think it's not organized. Okay. So normally if something is organized, it is clear. If it's not organized, it wouldn't be clear, right? Common sense. Right? Yeah, man, this is typical of notes. You're taking down notes. You're not supposed to write everything. So if you write everything, obviously you're reproducing the article, or you're reproducing the whole thing, which is obviously not what notes are about. Notes are about brevity and shortness, right? Notes are talking points. It can trigger ideas. It can remind you of stuff. They are not meant to be long sentences. Okay? Very good. Can we go to the obviously this is the article itself. So to what extent have technological advances caused cultural change in the world recently? Discuss the impact of one particular change in the last 10 years with reference to some aspects of culture in one area of the world. Remember, this was the assignment, right? Ibtihal is saying because it's like an outline. Yes, absolutely, Ibtihal. That's why you wouldn't, copy and paste. Otherwise, why? Why would you notes? They are called notes, right? And notes are, like I said, are about shortness, conciseness. They trigger ideas at the back of your mind. They are meant to help you remember later on. Okay, so yeah, yes you can. Yeah, Dima, go ahead. Dima's asking me a question. She's asking if she can ask me a question. Mm-hmm. Okay, this has taken too long, Dima. طيب, we learned that we cannot say when we're going to write an essay, and this essay we are going to talk. I'm not sure I understand. Perhaps I need to read it again. We learned that we can't say when we are going to write an essay, and this essay we're going to talk. I'm not sure I understand, Yadima. I'm not sure I understand. Yeah, I mean, okay. So we normally, ask people not to be too direct. You need to leave your work speak for itself. You shouldn't be saying, I am going to do this and that. No, do it. Do it. And then, as a reader, as an intelligent reader, I'll be able to pick it up myself. So directness is not acceptable. Unless, Yadima, unless you're talking about reports, business reports. In this case, in business reports, you are normally direct, or scientific research, because it's all about points 1, 2, 3, 4, and stuff. Otherwise, you shouldn't be too direct. Okay, that happens sometimes. Some people are direct, and it's a matter of style. We're not saying that this is absolutely wrong, but we're saying that it's not advisable or recommended. But if you do it, it's okay. Okay, you run the risk of being too direct, which is obviously not a very good thing to do. Anyway, so now what? Now we're going to go to the assignment. This is obviously the second part. The part beneath the set of notes is a reaction to the assignment, right? Can we do that? Yeah, I would like you to read it. So this is 157. Okay, you have the assignment prompt, and then under it you have the answer. Can you do that? This is 157, everyone. I'll give you perhaps 2 to 3 minutes. Look at it and let's see. Mhm. How we done? So what's happening? So what part of the world are we applying this to? Africa. So are we talking about Africa? I think. Yes. Okay. Yes. And what aspects, what cultural aspects are we talking about? Are we talking about certain cultural aspects? Yeah, okay. So beliefs, values, social, and economy. Okay, good. Nice. Okay. Economy and government, yes. I would like you to go back go all the way back to 156, where you have a number of vocab items in the box, bottom of the page. Can you see them? Advance, effect, efficient, election, employ, growth, monitor, official, significant. So I would like you to check them and see if you need help with any of them. If you have issues with any of them, we can always talk about them. See? Any issues with any of these words? Okay, obviously no. Okay, good. When I say significant, what's significant? Yeah, like Ahmed is saying, important. Yes. Let's move on. Okay, so what is it that we need here? So reviewing vocabulary. So complete each fixed phrase with one word. Okay, so I would like you to complete each fixed phrase with one word. Go ahead. This is exercise A on page 158. 158, exercise A. Just wait, Khalil. Okay, let's finish it all first and then we can answer it. Okay, can we do it? Yes, we can. So as a result, yeah, number one is done for us, obviously. B, as can be, as can be seen, as can be shown, as can be demonstrated in table 1, as 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 stated above, as seen above, as indicated above, as shown above, right? In space essay, in this essay, yes. Okay. It has been. So where is everyone else? It has been shown, it has been demonstrated, right? It has been proven, right? It is space that, it is argued that, it is estimated that, it is obvious. Yeah, it can be. It is obvious. It is clear that research has proven that, has, yeah, research has proven that, has shown that. Yes, good. There is some that, there is some evidence, absolutely. There is some evidence that, no, you can't use aspects because it's there is, okay? There is singular, but that's why you need singular. There is, yeah, Dima, you cannot use details, right? There is, yeah, it's interesting. Ahmad is saying that we can also say there is some doubt that, this is also possible. There is evidence that, there is doubt or some doubt that. That's good. Okay, so let's go to skill check one. Skill check one. SE type. So the SE type that we have today, based on the assignment, is called discussion. Remember, one of the instructions, remember there was a set of instructions, and one of the commands was discuss. If you have discuss, it means that you're going to write a discussion essay. So one type of essay gives you a thesis and asks you to discuss it. It gives you an idea and they ask you to discuss it. And we have an example here. Many theorists, including Veplen, believe that technology is the driving force in cultural change. So to what extent have technological advances caused cultural change in the world recently? Okay. So in other words, a rephrase or a rewording of this would be, is it true that technology causes cultural change? So discussion essay questions often limit the scope of the essay. Okay, essays are not about, writing a lot or writing too much. It's about writing sensibly. It's about writing tactfully. It's about writing in a logical way. Okay, you wouldn't be advised to write more than is needed or less than is needed, obviously. So discuss the impact of one. He says one particular change. We don't talk about all the changes, Lana. That would be out of the scope of the essay. Remember, you're given. Hala is saying, sorry, doctor, I forget that there are. Yeah, it's okay, Hala. Okay, no problem. Okay, so like I said, reading the assignment very well, limit the scope, which is something that you need. You need to limit the scope as much as you can because you're limited by time and space, right? If you don't read the the assignment very well, you will end up writing perhaps 10 pages when in actual fact you need to write a page or two. Okay, so you need to, like I said, limit the scope of the essay by reading the assignment over and over again, and by highlighting and underlining those parts of the assignment that limits you to perhaps a single line of thought, a certain aspect or a single aspect. So you need to highlight the keywords to ensure that you answered the essay question correctly. Okay, so what is the writing plan for a discussion essay? Do we have a plan that we can implement? Absolutely. And what's the plan? So you need to start with an introduction that would include a thesis and the different aspects of an issue. In our case here, we're talking about elements of culture such as beliefs and values. And then you talk about every and each element or each and every aspect, and you provide evidence for or against. And then you conclude, and this conclusion is obviously supported by the evidence for or against. So do we make sense? So of course there is it's easier said than done. You need to write and then perhaps make errors, and then you correct the errors until you perfect or master it. It doesn't happen overnight. Writing is not easy, and it takes a lot of practice, as you may know, right? Don't you agree? Okay. Let's move all the way to the bottom of the page where we have another vocabulary box and you have a number of words. Can you see them? Arrival, this is 158 by the way. Arrival, discussion, driving force, intern, particular, support, evidence, or give evidence. Support means to some extent. Do you have any issues with any of these words? Hello? Okay, good. طيب. Okay. Yeah, it's a push, yes. Driving force, it's a push in a certain direction. Yes. Okay, so what do we have in skill check 2 on page 159? Long subject noun phrases. Sometimes the subject is long, can be as short as one word, and it can be as long as a whole sentence. So why are we doing that? Because sometimes people, because of how long the subject may be, they lose track of the verb. Okay, so this is what we're trying to avoid. Okay, so this is 159, like I said, and this is skill check 2. We often need to put a lot of information into subject noun phrases. And we have an example. When I say a 10% rise in the ownership of mobile phones leads to an extra 0.6% growth. Okay, so where is the subject here in this sentence? A 10% rise in the ownership of mobile phones. Where is the subject? Sent before verb. I'm not sure I understand. So obviously it's not a 10% rise and full stop. It's a 10% rise in the ownership of mobile phone. This is not a sentence, ya Ahmed. This is called a phrase. A phrase is a number of words that do not have a subject or a verb. So as you can see, you don't have a subject or a verb yet. So a 10% rise in the ownership of mobile phones. This is all the subject. So attend, it's like saying مبتدأ and خبر in Arabic. So where a 10% rise in the ownership of mobile phones, this is the مبتدأ. Okay, what? So a 10% rise in the ownership of mobile phones, ماله, leads to an extra 0.6 growth. This is obviously the verb and then the rest of the sentence. The use of mobile phones with internet access in the West has changed many aspects of life. Where is the subject? Where is the subject here? Yes. Until West. Yes. The use until West. Yes. You see how long that is? Yes. So you need to be able to recognize the subject even if it's a long one. Okay. So let's go all the way to E, making long subject noun phrases. You write each set of sentences in a single sentence with a long subject noun phrase. And we have an example. Here the mobile phone arrived in rural Africa. It has had a significant impact. And then he changed it into a long. The arrival of the mobile phone in rural Africa, Malu, has had a significant impact. Can we do that? I think we can. Go to exercise E. Okay. Get inspired by the example in 1 and then do the rest of the exercise 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll give you 3 minutes for that. Can we do that? Of course we can. Yalla, go ahead. Yeah, I'm here. Yes. Hello. So Dima is saying that changing behavior of the internet is used for social networking. So is it the behavior of the internet? The internet doesn't have behavior. Let's talk about it. Let's check the different possibilities. So can we say internet or social networking changed the behavior of people or people's behavior? I don't know, whatever that is. The Ahmad is saying the use of internet for social networking is changing behavior. That's a possibility. Yes. Okay. Let's move to 3. The the company has developed new products. These products should help the company to make higher profits. Excuse me. The company has developed new products, and these products should help the company to make high profits. see what is being repeated, and you can change it using perhaps a relative pronoun, a relative clause. Hala is saying the development of new products by the company should help. Yeah, that's interesting. So the development of new products should help it make higher profit. Excellent, yeah, Hala. Excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, so the development of new products should help the company make higher profits. Absolutely. Okay. The new products developed by the company should help it make higher profits. Whenever you have help, you never use ing after it, ya Ahmed. Okay. Fine. Let's move to 4. 4. Yeah, go ahead. Muhammad is saying the released carbon from the oceans contributes to, yes, contributes to the increase of CO2 in the atmosphere, perhaps, or the spread. Yes, okay. So greenhouse gases raise the global temperature. This may cause sea levels to go up. Greenhouse gases, the rise. No, it's not. Yeah, this is an effect, not a cause, actually. You mean the rise in global temperature may cause sea levels to go up. That's good. It's not raise. Then raise is a verb, right? You need a noun. Okay. So the company was relocated to the south. Yes, that's correct. The company was relocated to the south coast. This was responsible for the increase in sales. So how can we do this? Yeah, the company relocation, you can say the company relocation to the south coast did what? Was responsible for the increase in sales, or for the sales increase, right? Okay. 7. So Hala is saying the relocation of the company to the south coast. Excellent. Okay, Malu was responsible for the increase in sales, or for the sales increase. That's good. Let's move to 7. Information is stored in short-term memory for a few seconds. This is necessary for a person to be able to use it. How can we do that? Hala is saying the storage of information in short-term memory ماله for a few seconds is necessary for a person to be able to use it. For its use, for the storage of information in short-term memory is what? Okay. Yeah, Jihan wants to say something. Go ahead, Jihan. Okay. Okay. So let's move to the yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go on. No problem. Eight. There are small changes. Jehan, doctor, forgive me, please. I don't feel good. I have to risk. No, you don't have to. Yeah, just okay. So we're meeting again, inshallah, on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we're meeting on Sunday at 2 p.m., right? Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next week, ya Jihan. Stay safe. Okay. So again, let's move to you're welcome. Have a nice weekend. So there are small changes in the tilt of the Earth. These happen at regular intervals. They change the climate significantly. Okay, so the regular small changes in the tilt of the Earth changes the climate significantly. Absolutely good. That's interesting. Let's now move all the way to skill check 3, and it's about adding also. Of course, you know what also means, right? We often want to link two sentences with also, but be careful with grammar. You must put the word in the correct place. So I mean, what he is trying to say is that also is not a free size adverb that you can fit into anywhere. No, it has places that should kind of that you should use it with. So when I say phone calls are also expensive, people also send text messages. The internet is also used for social networking. Technology has also changed social organizations. Education may also influence. So what did you notice about them? Let's take them one at a time. Let's talk about the first one. Phone calls are also expensive. So what do you understand? You understand that whenever you have verb to be also comes after the verb to be. Verb to be are words like am, is, are, was, were. Okay, so also comes after them. If you have a main verb like send, eat, go, come, so also comes before the main verb. So it's after verb to be and before the main verb. Okay, what happens if you have a passive sentence? A passive sentence is when you have verb to be and you have a verb in the past participle. Normally also comes in the middle, and we have an example. The internet is also used for social networking. Yes. Technology has also changed. If you have has or have or had plus the past participle, so you have also in the middle. Okay, if you have a modal verb like can, should, may, and might, and then a verb in the base form, it should be in the middle. Okay, so as a conclusion, what can we say? You can simply say that also comes after helping verbs, and helping verbs can be verb to be, can be modal verbs, can be have, has, or had, right? And it only comes before main verbs like go, study, speak, and all of these kinds of things. Is that clear? Yes, it is. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Okay, so I would like you to look at page 162. You go to 162. This is like a checklist, right, that you subject your essay to. Whenever you write an essay and it's a discussion essay, you bring this checklist and see whether you have done all the what is required on the list or not. So the name of the writer, this is you if you're writing. Name of the grader, this is me if I'm marking and grading you. You start with an introduction where your thesis statement should introduce the issue, and then you provide supporting sentences and you outline the aspects of the issue. And then you have a body where each aspect is dealt with in a logical order, and then you conclude. You have a conclusion that should be clear and strong, that should reflect the thesis statement, that should use the evidence presented in the body of the essay. Okay, when you have finished that, you need to proofread and edit your essay by checking whether you have divided the essay into paragraphs or not, whether you have used the different tenses appropriately in a suitable manner or not, whether your spelling is correct, whether your register and your language is formal. Okay, so this is a checklist that you need to subject your essay or article to. Every time you have an essay or an article, you have written it, you have to put it or set it against those checklist items. Is that clear? Okay, good. Nice. Let's move somewhere else. What's happening? What did I do? Okay. No, we're not done yet, Ibtihal. Are you leaving or something, Ibtihal? You mean this is the last slide? Let me check. No, we still have more. Okay. So what do we have here? What time is it? Yeah, it's still, yeah, we still have time. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's 3:35, yes. So the internet and culture change. Okay. So review, this is 160, everyone. So reviewing vocabulary and grammar. There are mistakes of vocabulary and grammar in each sentence. Rewrite the sentence correctly. Can we do that? This is exercise A on page 160. Yalla, go ahead. I can wait. Go ahead. So 160, exercise A. There are errors or mistakes that you need to spot. We can have something similar in the final exam where I can give you a passage, a paragraph perhaps, and this paragraph has errors and mistakes. So what is it that you're going to do? You're going to detect the errors, identify them, and then rewrite the paragraph again in a correct way. Is that clear? The errors can be grammar errors, punctuation errors, structural errors, spelling errors. Okay? So obviously you're busy fixing identifying the errors and fixing them. Okay, no problem. Give you 2 more minutes perhaps. Okay, so I think we're all done, right? Let's take them one at a time. Let's do number one. So where is the error in sentence one? Yeah, the impact of. Yeah, that's correct. So I'm going to consider the impact of the mobile phone in Africa. Impact uh, of the mobile phone in Africa or on Africa? Can we say on Africa in the recent 10 years? In the last 10 years? In Africa or on Africa? What do you think? When you talk about impact, what do you think? I'm just asking you. I think I would go more for on. Okay. Okay. Because impact, whenever you have effect, you have the effect of something on something else. Whenever you have the impact, you have the impact of something on something else. Unless you talk about the whole of Africa and you're talking about inside Africa. But in this case, the two answers would be possible, no problem. Okay, let's move to the second one. I look at several aspects of a culture. I will look, yeah, or yeah, it's okay. I will. And you can we also say I will look at the several aspects of a culture? I will look at the several aspects of a culture. Okay, let's move to three. Three, everyone. I will consider, I will consider what's that? I will consider has the mobile phone been changed each atom? This is obviously, it needs rephrasing. It's full of errors, right? The structure is not correct at all. So what are you going to say? Yeah, that's yeah. That's a possibility. I will consider whether the mobile phone has changed each aspect. I will consider if the mobile phone has changed each aspect. I will consider, yeah, that makes sense. 4. There are no evidences that the mobile phone has not changed beliefs and values. There is something that we said about evidence. We said that evidence is not countable. You never say an evidence, and you never say evidences. It's singular. That's why even verb to be has to be singular. So you're going to say that there is no evidence, only evidence, right? That the mobile phone has not changed beliefs and values. You can say there is no evidence, and you can also say there is little evidence, right? Would you agree with this little evidence kind of thing? Okay, let's move all the way to 5. Therefore, the effect of social organization have been small. So instead of have, it should be what, Yadima? Should be has, yes. So therefore, the effect of social organization has been small or was small. Soon, somewhat, some now projects may have also an effect in the future. What's that? Remove now and use. Excellent. What are you going to use? Okay, remove it. You can say recent. You can use also current. Excellent. Yeah, you can say current. Some current projects may also have, remember also, some current project may also have an effect in the future. Does it make sense? Clear? No, you're talking about no, it doesn't have an effect on the future. It will have an effect in the future, in the coming periods. We're going to see the impact in the future, not on the future. Okay? Somewhat. No, you can't. No. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. Are you tired? Are you tired already? If you're tired, please say so. So what time is it? Is it yes? I think Ahmad and everyone. Oh, it's time. Anyway, what else do we have? What we have left? We're done, by the way, with the units. Whatever left is like an afterthought. We can do it in perhaps we can have 10 more minutes very quickly. Okay, طيب. So we have another assignment. So where are we? Which department are we in? Is it anthropology? Is it sociology? Is it business? I'm sorry, what is that? So this is obviously social sciences. Okay, good. Okay, can we read the assignment? Typically, you're going to divide the assignment into 2 sections. The prompt, okay, or the background or the scenario, and then the set of commands. Yalla, go ahead. I'll give you a minute to read it on your own this time around. Excuse me. Okay. So what is the prompt about? What are the key concepts? Remember, in any given prompt or background or scenario, you have um, key concepts. What are the key concepts or the key words? Excellent. The word internet in and of itself. Yes, Ibtihal and Ahmed. Yes, what else? Yeah, when you talk about technological change, this is obviously what the assignment is about. And if he says in the last 50 years, you understand that he's not talking about the internet in the past 10 years or so. He's talking about 50 years. And also, he's not limited by time and by place. He says all over the world, right? Okay, and what are the instructions that he is giving us? Obviously, the instructions here take the form of what? They take the form or the shape of what? A question, yeah, like Ahmed is saying, they take the form of a question. What does the question say? It says, to what extent do you agree with the statement, the above statement, obviously, with regard to culture change in your country or area in the last 10 years? So I'm asking you if you're the ones who are going to do the assignment. So to what extent do you agree with the statement above? Do you really think that the internet has been the greatest technological change of the in the last 50 years? Ahmed Sameh is saying absolutely, 100%. Who else? Ibtihal is saying yes. Okay, nice. So as you can see, if you move further down, somebody is making an outline, right? Can you see that? And these are the internet aspects that he will talk about. So what do we call this shape? What do you call that? It's a tree, yes. Okay, so if you move further down, you have a number of vocab items, and I would like you to check them and see if you need help with them. So you have the word against, which is obviously a preposition, culture, cultural change, impact, statement, and technological. Do you need any help with any of them? Okay, good. And then if you move further down, you have tips as how you can write an essay based on this assignment. So write the essay using page 161, and remember, write an introduction. So there has to always be an introduction. You need to deal with each aspect in turn. You don't write or talk about them all together or in one paragraph. Write a conclusion which follows from the information in the essay. So conclusions are not stuff that you bring out of the blue. Obviously, the conclusion is based on what you said in the introduction and the body paragraph. Use the present perfect to talk about changes. If you talk about changes, you use the present perfect. Link related points with also. Okay? When you have finished, you need to proofread and edit your writing. Okay? This is a very important idea. Before people submit their work, they need to edit it. And editing means that you check the work for inconsistencies, for example, for unity of purpose, for coherence, and also for the mechanics. And what do I mean by the mechanics? We would mean, of course, the grammar and the punctuation and the spelling and all these kinds of things. Is that clear? And this is where you should write your essay. Can you see the introduction and then the body? Yeah, 4 to 5 paragraphs, yes, maximum. Because it's not a piece of research that you're writing. You're only writing an article or an essay. Next week, yeah, Fatma. We're having the whole of next week as revision, inshallah. You have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm done. If you have any questions, I can answer your questions for another 5 minutes. All the details about the exam, about the format of the exam, the marks of the different assessments are on the LMS. I have updated the LMS, and all your questions can be answered on the LMS if you check the LMS. Research means that I may refer you to some articles in the book, and I will ask you to also write an essay. Okay? Okay. Yes, Sunday is 2 to 4. Monday from 10 a.m. Tuesday and Wednesday are from 2 to 4. So the only day when we start early is Monday. On Monday it's 10 a.m. Other than that, the other 3 classes start at 2 p.m. Okay? Does this make sense? Fine. Anyway, with this item and on this note, we come to the end of the class. I'll see you inshallah next week. It was very pleasing and very interesting meeting you this afternoon, and inshallah I'll see you